G'day! It's not what we say in South Africa, but it's what they say in Australia, and we're close to them.
Australia is 10,383 kilometers from South.
We got a massive drop today, and I'm extremely excited about this. We received the Canon EOS RP plus 35mm 1.8 macro lens with the new RF fitting. If you guys know anything about cameras, this is an extremely exciting drop. I'm really excited to be working with Canon. So they've given me this camera, which full disclosure, I'm very grateful for. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos for you guys that are aspiring content creators. This is a revolutionary camera for us content creators for a couple of reasons. And they asked me what I wanted from their series, and I chose the EOS RP over the EOS R, which is the premium one, for a couple of reasons. This particular video will just be a little bit of an introduction to some of the specs, why I chose the camera, and also some of the photography that you can get out of it. You'll see a couple of video shots, but I'm going to be doing a video specifically on vlogging with the camera and one on photography with the camera, because as content creators, we aren't just filming videos, we're also shooting stuff for Instagram, we're creating our own thumbnails, we are sharing images in our videos like this one. There's a lot of different use cases for having a proper camera with you in your kit. Canon EOS RP has a 26.2 megapixel sensor that's full frame. It's mirrorless and has Canon's brand new RF lens mount for their critically acclaimed new lenses. It has an ISO range of 100 to 40,000 and is expandable to 102,400. There are a ton of other specs that are worth looking at in detail, and I highly recommend checking out some reviews for yourself. But in the meantime, there are some features that I'm very excited about personally, and that we'll go deeper into in later videos, like the dual pixel CMOS autofocus, the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi functionality, the USB Type-C charger connector, a flip-out LCD screen for self-shooting, dual sensing image stabilization, and filming formats of up to 4K at 25 FPS and 1080p 60 FPS. This camera is really a content creator's dream. If you've already got a series of EF and EFS lenses, you'll be happy to know that Canon has included an EF mount in the box, just further incentivizing a reason to get this thing. If you've got a Canon 70D or 80D and are looking to upgrade to mirrorless, this is by far the most logical choice. Excellent. Okay, so the whole vlog is going to be shot with the G5X. That's this one over here. You guys know I'm a Canon fan. I've got like a huge kit of Canon cameras. This is my 70D with the kit lens. I've got an M3, EOS M3. I've got the G5X, which is the one that we're shooting right now. And now we're upgrading to the EOS RP. In fact, I had two G5Xs. I really love the G5X cameras. But I'm going to be trying the G7X Mark III in an upcoming video, so you guys can stay tuned for that. The EOS RP is an extraordinary product, especially when upgrading from the 70D. I don't know what the metrics are offhand, but it literally feels like it's like half the weight. I mean, this has got glass on it too, so. But it is a lot heavier than the EOS RP. And if you have a look from the top down, the RP is a lot thinner. That's because this is a mirrorless camera with a sensor size, pretty much the same sensor that's inside the 60. So if you guys were looking at upgrading to something like the 60, the EOS RP is a great alternative for that. The Canon 70D was the vlogger's camera of choice, thanks to Casey Neistat, but it lacks a lot of features that the single series D series has, like in 60, 70. Because it was inexpensive in comparison to the single D series, I call it the single D series. I don't know if that's a professional, but that's what I call it. It's not full frame. So you have a crop sensor on here. It's got face tracking, which was an added bonus, especially when you're, I don't know, skateboarding down the street and you want to make sure that your face is always in focus, like you do when you're in New York. It has a microphone input, not like the G5X. The G5X doesn't have a microphone input right now, this generation that I have. It also fits EFS lenses, so if you wanted to upgrade at some point, you could, and just keep all your glass, which is great. It is a really nifty camera. That being said, some of the drawbacks are it shoots at only like 25 FPS, like max. That being said, it has a very low frame rate for video, which affects your B-roll, of course, and it shoots 1080p. So vlogging with this this became quickly redundant when you got something like a G7X or G5X. The EOS RP, on the other hand, shoots 4K, right? It's got a full sensor, and literally on top of that, it comes with an EF mount for your EF lenses that you probably already have if you have a 70D. So that's why I chose the RP over the R, because I think this is a potentially way more viable upgrade for a lot of content creators like myself and like you guys probably watching the channel. If you're a hardcore serious photographer and you do weddings as a career or covering events, you might want to go with the EOS R. It takes more pictures per second. It's got a couple of different features that professional photographers would need. But if you are a professional content creator and you are across the board, you have a 70D, something equivalent, and you want to upgrade, the EOS RP is an incredible upgrade. Quite frankly, Canon did a lot in here that I didn't think they had to do, but really made it a lot easier. So as a content creator, it's got a swivel viewfinder so you can look around and see where you're going. It's got a USB power jack that can literally charge the battery. It's got a HDMI out, which outputs a clean signal. And if you're a content creator that live streams, I will probably be going into a lot of depth as to why that's extremely important and actually quite rare in a lot of DSLR cameras. So it's got a mic input and a hot shoe if you guys want to put in any form of shotgun microphone, lapel microphone, the Rode's new wireless Go system, and a monitoring headphone jack, which the 6D doesn't have. And lastly, probably my favorite feature, and we'll be going into it with a lot more depth when we do the video stuff, is it shoots at 120 FPS. Look, it's only 1080p, 120 FPS, not 4K, but that said, I don't think a lot of us are uploading 4K videos, especially from South Africa. You've got to conserve your bandwidth, and also people that are watching the videos aren't necessarily consuming it in 4K. Nice to haves and some mentions that I should add is that it runs extremely well with the app. In fact, if you've got the Canon app on your phone, you can transfer the videos directly to your phone while you're taking photos. The JPEGs will cross over, which is great for Instagram. So you can literally take photos with your camera. They start transferring wirelessly from your camera to your device, and you can edit them in either Lightroom or Snapseed and put them up onto Instagram quick. The app also doubles as a remote, so if you're taking selfies or if you just need a second remote, you can also snap those photos. All right, so let's get this bad boy charged and on the road, and let's get some photos out of this. I'll give you some thoughts as to what I think. Oh, it smells good. The lens that we're gonna be using, and I'm just gonna put it on right now actually, it's the 35mm f1.8 RF lens. One of the most surprising and extremely exciting things that happened with the R series is that Canon brought out this whole new series of lenses called the RF lenses. This replaces the EOS lenses. Again, you get this adapter. Here's my Pancake 24mm with the EF adapter, so you can keep all your old lenses and they'll still work on your new camera. But these are quite technologically advanced in comparison. Having a fundamental upgrades to the lenses means a better photography experience, faster autofocusing, new places for your ND filters, which look great, and just incredible glass quality. And we're going to be taking this 35mm. The reason I'm choosing the 35mm to go out is this is the one that they gave me, but also this is a great lens if you are doing any kind of street photography. So let's put this to good use, and let's see what we get out of it. That's nice. So on our way to look, it's around the corner over here. Actually, it's on the street, and Brett's getting his hair done right about now. So I thought that I'd just take a couple of photos inside the studio with the camera. You know, people got colorful hair, and it's a very visual experience. So let's see how it looks. Hey, what's going on, guys? Brett's getting his hair cut. So what's your verdict?
My verdict is, what a rad guy, first of all.
Oh, sick. Hey.
Thank you for sending him. Quite good conversation, and I guess that's what it's about, eh? Doing some nice haircuts and talking some shit.
Sick. Right, your hair is finished, clocked, as we say in the video game world.
Clocked.
Clocked. You clock a game?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've clocked my hair, or had my hair clocked.
Yeah. I had to look it up. Guys, Brett is a calligrapher. I'm going to include his Instagram down below. Doing some sick stuff. You guys can have a look at it for yourself. And we're going to go get some lunch. He's never had Lekker Vegan. We've had Lekker Vegan on the vlog a lot. But I thought, hey, Lekker Vegan's down the road and we can take some sick pictures there. So let's do both. Hey! Look at this. This is what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm talking about.
Cheers, man. Peace. Right, so what did you think, Brett?
Well, look, I've always looked at vegan food as a bowl of salad and sprouts and all that. I didn't even know that junk food even existed with vegan food, and that was legit one of the best burgers I've ever had. I can't eat that.
Oh, snap! Okay, guys, you heard it here first. All in all, I'm really impressed. You guys have now seen some of the photo samples that I've done. Excuse my photography, I hope it was up to scratch, as well as some of the video examples of what the camera can do. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is really just a video overview about why I think that the RP kind of replaces the 70D in my eyes. It's a really good upgrade path for a lot of people on that spectrum, and a very viable contender if you guys want to start using RF lenses. Of course, the higher end version is the R. It is more expensive. If you are not in that price bracket, don't shun the RP. I think it's a really good device, and there was a good reason why I chose it. I will be uploading a bunch of videos and content around the gear that Canon has sent me, especially how it works with content creators. So how does that affect us makers, content creators across the spectrum? That's exactly what this video series aims to answer. I'll see you guys in one of those videos. Hit me up in the comments. I'll check you guys in another video. Cheers. That's nice. Oh, it smells good.